Hello and welcome to another episode of Social Distractions, a social media game show where we invite professionals, celebrities, social influencers to come on and we test them on their knowledge of things that are going on in the world today, especially in social media and in the news. We are grateful today to have our fitness episode. As everybody is locked in the house, nobody wants to come back outside looking like a SpongeBob character. So we have all of our fitness people here that are hosting Zoom workouts, interactive workouts, and all these different ways to stay in shape. We are so grateful to have them here today, and we're going to get into their brains and find out what we're doing wrong and why we're not losing weight and why I've been working out for 2 years and I still am shaped like a bell pepper. Every trainer has a different go-to, has a different method, and so we're gonna just ask each person, what do you think? What's your recommendation to just jumpstart a workout for people that want to get started and working out? So we're gonna start with Brian. Brian, just really quickly, tell us for a person that's stuck at home that wants to get into working out, what do you suggest as a quick tip, and what's the one thing that you would think that they would need to kind of maximize on a home workout?
Body weight exercises. You got push-ups, you got body weight squats, you got planks to work your core. If you have access to bands, as long as you're doing something to keep resistance on the muscle, you're good to go. But one very, very important health recommendation while we're in this pandemic, and if you aren't able to get, access to weights or anything, stay away from sugar. Sugar is the easiest way to put on fat.
Golly, I was just about to reach my lemonade too. Okay, gonna drink that. No sugar. Tegan. What's our? So we want to get some of these voluptuous upper parts like you have. Like we see on your Instagram page. Like what I'm saying. We want to look really, really great in the upper areas. What do you suggest that we do to get started on our workout?
I think the biggest thing is just to make sure that you do something every day and just to write it down. Like one of the things I tell a lot of people to do is make an appointment. Like I put 30 minutes on my appointment every day to work out, no matter rain or shine or whatever. And I think if you write it down, there's power in that. So set a schedule, set a time and commit to it. And then the second thing is find somebody to hold you accountable. I think it's a lot easier when you have somebody doing it, whether it's a friend like, oh, yo, let's join this Instagram class together or whatever the situation is. I think having a partner to hold you accountable is a very important thing too, and that helps out a lot. There's so many different variety of push-ups that you can do. You can do tricep push-ups. You can do inverted incline push-ups. You can do explosive push-ups. So I usually try to get at least 50 push-ups a day or every other day at least, and that's kind of like my personal goal to myself.
Awesome. That's awesome. Me personally, my goal, I do 1,000 push-ups. I just stretching them out over my whole life. So at that rate, we're doing good. I'm doing like 3 a day. I'm in there. Right. Jonik, what do you think is from your perspective? What's a good go-to workout if you're working out at home? What would you need to accomplish that workout?
Well, everybody knows what to do. I think it's the accountability, like Brian was saying. I would say to go and follow every one of you guys because, I look at Woods, I look at, believe it or not, I look at all of you guys and I kind of like, regardless if I'm a trainer myself and I hate motivating my own self. So, like I said, it's just do something and follow your, your influencers and, just try to, tag along with their online stuff, even their little videos, I try to get away from, obviously, I have a full dumbbell set, so I bodybuild at the house. I got TRX, I got bands, but not everybody has that. So my thing is actually the biggest thing is cooking. I cook a lot, so a lot of people don't know how to cook. Learn how to cook right now. Learn how to do your meals so they taste good, but you still get the health benefits.
Okay, cool. So Dion, what do you recommend for a person that's trying to work out from home to get started, and then do workout apps work? Like, because he was saying that you have to have somebody accountable, but what if neither one of us know how to work out? Like, you know what I mean? LA, everybody has roommates. So what if me and my roommate are trapped in a house together and neither one of us knows how to work out? What do apps work, or how do we fix that?
I mean, yeah, apps work, but if you're not going to follow it, then it doesn't work. So, I mean, if you don't have a plan in place, then whatever you do is not really going to work out. You're just gonna go about doing a couple exercises here and there. You need somebody, again, like everybody's saying, you do need somebody to hold you accountable, and then stick to a solid plan of how you're going to get to your goal. One thing I will say though, aside from exercise, because everybody knows, the exercises to do. We've seen them all over the Instagram. But aside from that, one thing that I think is helping me stay lean personally, and telling my clients, is implementing some type of intermittent fasting throughout the day. So you don't pick up your first meal until noon instead of eating at 7 in the morning.
I agree.
6 in the morning when everybody else does. And so you eat from 6 until 10 o'clock at night, you're just sitting in the house, you're gaining weight. You're not moving as much as you were pre-quarantine. So the fasting is going to help you cut hours out of the day and cut time to where you're eating. So you're in a scheduled time of eating. And that's just going to help you. I think it'll help you keep off that quarantine 15, honestly.
Okay, Lindsey.
Nice.
So, Lindsey, how do you feel about that? And then what do you think? What's your recommendation for working out at home to get a cute little butt? Don't do that.
I agree pretty much with everyone is saying. I think personally, like the number one thing is your diet. You cannot out-train a poor diet. So like if you're eating everything in sight, like I was so guilty of that the first 2 weeks. I kind of took it as like a joke, like, I could rest, whatever. And like I was overdoing it. So like once you cut out like all like the extra like crap that like you typically don't eat, but you're eating out of boredom because you're in the house, like stay busy. I'm definitely a fan of like, waiting to eat until about 12 o'clock. I do that regardless. I think that if you keep yourself busy and active in the morning, so you're not thinking about food, that's like the number one. Number two, I really think it's just important to like, if people don't have access to equipment, like focus more on like the cardio aspect, do short bursts of like body stuff. So do like burpees, squats for time, do like 45 seconds on and like 30 seconds off, like whatever it is, depending on your fitness level. Everyone has access to outside. I'm not saying hold hands and sing Kumbaya with people, but I mean, you can go for like a nice little brisk walk. Like I live in California, I live in Hollywood. So like I walk for 20 minutes and then go back inside, So I think it's just important to really focus on the diet, but just keep yourself busy.
Question, do you wear a mask when you work out outside?
So, I mean, when I'm walking outside, I don't wear a mask, like, because I'm by myself. But if I'm going in stores, absolutely. If I'm surrounded by other people, absolutely. But if I'm just like going just to get my exercise, like just to walk around the block, then no. I need everyone needs fresh air.
Zion, on that note, when you're working out outside, so give us a good outside workout, and then how important is sunlight to our health?
I mean, vitamin D is, if not the most important vitamin we can get, and you need to be outside. That's the proper form of vitamin D. I don't take the pills or whatever it comes in. Like I prefer like going outside, being on a balcony or a patio or whatever the case may be. As far as working out outside, you can wear gloves. So if you see a pull-up bar or whatever the case may be, is great ways to get yourself in an amazing workout. Going back to what Lindsey was saying, we all need fresh air. So obviously we need to be staying safe and so on and so forth. But I don't believe in quarantining yourself. Even if you do a home workout, I do believe going outside for a good 20 minutes to a half an hour just to give yourself that fresh air and give your body some fresh oxygen, because being indoors and breathing the same air is not healthy either. Okay,
Lemire, what do you suggest for somebody that is stuck in the pandemic and they're trying to work out? What advice would you give them?
But I think that the major thing that we have to focus on as fitness professionals and people who inspire the masses is our mindset. Every single thing that they want to accomplish is based on the power of intent. And our strength as trainers is in who we're able to help them become. So every single person that's following your page has a person that they would like to become. And our strength is in our ability to do that. And change is inevitable, right? Change is automatic. So the economy is going to change, weather is going to change, your relationships are going to change. But I think our important thing that we have to focus on for our clientele is progress, which is change in the positive direction. And I believe that in order to do that, it starts in your mind. It starts in your ability to be focused and disciplined. I do not believe that the people following our pages lack motivation. Motivation is all around you. Motivation is a gravitational push. But what we have to create right now is a gravitational pull, something that pulls you towards your goal. And that's discipline.
Love it, man. That's so motivational. DeJuan, I saw you nod in agreement. How do you feel? What you want to add to that?
Well, absolutely, and you have to be mentally tough during this time as well too. You know, adversity. We're all facing the same form of adversity right now. We're all being impacted by it. So how we respond to it is everything. You know, we adapt in my camp, we adapt the athlete's mindset, the ability to identify, assess, process, and overcome adversity in any way, shape, form, or fashion in which it comes into our life. And if we can identify it, then we can get over it and get past it and get through it. So if as far as getting our health and our wellness activities in, regardless of what it was going to be, then, you know, we can set aside that time. We can focus on that and understand that the outside forces that's coming in won't be able to move us off our path or move us off our, as LC say, our intent. Because if it's mapped out and you can follow that thing, then the last thing you need is the patience to see it all through, and it's solid.
Well, my favorite home workout, what I've been doing with all my clients, has been HIIT circuit training. So like they said, a lot of resistance training, body weight training for times, short rest time periods. That's the best thing I'm doing right now, just a lot of hits, a lot of circuits.
Yeah, how do I, like, what's a good way to stay motivated in this time where I'm stuck in the house looking at the same for?
Best way to stay motivated, a lot of people have touched on it, is personal reflection. You know, you have to take some time to reflect and see where you are in life, what you wanted to do before this time. A lot of people had goals and they were pursuing things, and now this quarantine kind of has everybody, you know, stagnant. So reflection, just to remember what you were doing before this time, I think that will help catapult you to continue to get back and get to where you're trying to go.
Got it. Knowledge. So my problem is that I don't see results. Okay, I don't use a scale. So I have a pair of jeans that I could fit 4 years ago, and every couple months I try those on, and I know that I'm not where I need to be. Some people use a scale. What's your advice for people who are sticking with it and they're motivated and they're working out, they're just not seeing the results?
Consistency, and then even on those times, this is what you need. You need patience, as stay healthy, and you need consistency, because you may not see the result because, first of all, maybe you don't track yourself, you don't take pictures, you don't see yourself. It happens to us on a daily basis. We're just like, oh my God, I don't see nothing move. And then you look at pictures and you're like, oh, God damn it, no, I'm different. And just patience. You need to remain patient. Nobody just flipped into this new wonderful body in one day. I didn't have those abs in one day. It took me a good 5 years. So a strong 5 years. So yeah, consistency and patience. And then my favorite exercise, obviously, is plank. You have amazing numbers of variation of plank and plank, reverse plank, bird dog variation of plank, reach further plank. There is so many. You can just work on your core more or less. So yeah, that's mine. And then for people who watch this, I have my 28-day challenge out. So it just takes 10 minutes a day.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, but other than that, man, I'm super grateful for you guys. One day I'm gonna look like a lot of you guys in this Zoom video. Probably not most of y'all, but one of y'all. I'm gonna just pick one person and I'm gonna aim for that. So Ramon, I'm gonna look just like you this time next year. And definitely follow everybody. Follow everybody on here for more motivation, for more workout, for more fitness, for more diet, for more ways to cook. And then follow D-Lo Brown to watch her laugh and get her hair braided, because this is an amazing side.